Hello everyone, welcome back to Open Line. We are talking about abortion and the governor proposed heartbeat abortion bill. The language is not yet written, but he has said he is going to advance that bill in this legislative session. We have with us the executive director for Tennessee Advocates for Planned Parenthood, Francie Hunt. And we kind of set the table for the discussion in the first part of the show. Let's just go to the phones now. Let's go to Anna. Hello, Anna.
Yes.
Go right ahead.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay. Planned means helping people, not destroying. Why don't you do hysterectomies rather than abortions? That would help many of the disabled, mentally young people and prevent them from messing up the rest of their lives. That would give them a start. And the other thing is, we do not want our tax dollars going for murder. And yes, the Constitution is against murder. That is, the Constitution is against crime. So therefore, if you do a crime, which is murder, you're going to go to jail.
Okay,
and not only jail, lady.
Okay, well, let's talk about what she's saying. Doesn't want our tax dollars going toward abortion, which she's calling murder. All right, take all of that.
Sure. First of all, there's an amendment at the federal level called the Hyde Amendment, which restricts any public dollars to be used to pay for abortions. So it's really a misnomer, a myth, a lie to espouse that anyone is using taxpayer dollars to pay for an abortion. So that's just something that needs to be clarified.
That is said over and over again, though.
Yeah.
And so if that is the truth, then that needs to really be said. It is said over and over. I've heard people say, I'm not opposed to abortion, but I'm opposed to my tax dollars paying for abortion. And what are you saying?
Right. No, I'm going to look at the camera. Nobody's taxpayer dollars are being used to pay for abortions. Nobody's taxes are being used to pay for abortions. There's the Hyde Amendment. I'm sure it's on Wikipedia. Look it up. No public dollars are used for abortion. So
how are they paying? How are they paid for?
Through their, if their health insurance covers it, they could. I think, I don't actually know about the insurance part, but or out of pocket.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So that is part one to her argument. She's calling it murder, and I can't remember the rest of what she said, but very passionate about it. What do you want to say there? Address that.
Yeah. I actually, I don't think that. And I'll speak as a woman. I don't think that women who have abortions are murderers. I think that they're often mothers. And so that was one of the reasons why we wanted to create this open letter that we invite anyone to go to our Twitter or our Facebook, find the link, and they can sign. And if you don't mind, I'll just read it. It's not that long. But folks, if this is your sentiment, we invite you to please sign on. And it goes to Governor Lee. Dear Governor Lee, we the undersigned are called by our lived experiences as parents, caregivers, and family members to stand up for the dignity and autonomy of pregnant people. We have lived through typical and complicated pregnancies, and we are raising children we love deeply. We oppose all attempts to criminalize and restrict abortion access. 1 in 4 Tennessee women will need an abortion at some point in their lives, and we understand how difficult this decision can be. Many of us have had abortions ourselves. In fact, 59% of people who have had abortions already have a child. Our reasons are our own, made in deep consultation with faith, family, and medical providers. At no point did we ask our governor or state legislator for an opinion. When a person does decide that abortion is their best option, they need community support, not obstacles preventing safe access to medical care. These bills will not eliminate abortion, but will force pregnant people to turn to unregulated and often dangerous attempts to end their pregnancies, and force pregnant people to become parents, including survivors of rape and incest. Rather than force people to have babies, our state lawmakers should focus on broadly popular ideas to support new families, such as paid leave, access to affordable care, and reasonable accommodations for pregnant workers. We believe simply in treating pregnant people as we teach our children to treat each other, with dignity, compassion, and respect. As parents, caregivers, and family members, we often fight on behalf of our children while putting our own needs aside. It's time for us all to recognize that abortion access is a critical issue for current and future families. We trust people who are pregnant to make thoughtful, moral decisions and urge our state leaders to do the same. So for many families, it is out of deep thoughtfulness that they're making these decisions, and often it's a lot more complex. It's really just not as simple as one might think. So.
Okay, all right, let's go to the phones again. Let's go to John. Hello, John.
Yes, my name is Dr. John. I'm the president of the American Council on Excellence, and I am a board-certified medical psychotherapist and a wellness doctor. I've spent over 45 years counseling women who have been traumatized, much more serious than even PTSD, because of the fact that they've had abortion. So she's not addressing this. You know, when people listen to the argument she just made in terms of emotional needs and all of the concerns, if women take more caution, it's a simple algebraic equation. Let me break it down. And I hope at some point ABC and CBS and NBC allow professionals who are board certified in areas such as me, who have dealt with the trauma in hundreds and hundreds of cases with patients who had their lives devastated because they had an abortion. And she's not talking about that, but I hope at some point you allow professionals like myself to come up and speak about the dangers. And it comes down to a simple algebraic equation.
Okay.
Something all of us have learned at some point in algebra. And it's A plus B is equal to C, or you can use the converse, C minus B is equal to A. That's a tripod. If you take any one of the tripod away, and there's a specific tripod in our Constitution that is built upon the Declaration. And any organization in the United States is a corporation. We're a federal corporation.
Okay, so you're going to have to really speed it up. You're going to really speed it up. Okay.
Okay, let me say real quickly. A is life. All men are created equal and endowed by the Creator. This is the exact words of the Declaration. A is what we all have. If we don't protect A, then we cannot use liberty. There's no good sense when we say we're giving someone an abortion because of compassion. No, let them have the baby and let them donate the baby, or let them have somebody help them. And there are many institutions that can do that. So A is without life, there is no liberty. And then C is the pursuit of property. So without A, you can't enjoy B, because there's no liberty without life. And therefore, you rob all of us of the pursuit of property. And that's the fundamental algebraic equation that she's not dealing with. And by the way, I've been a CEO and a city manager. For anybody who...
Okay, all right, let's talk about the trauma he's talking about here. I don't know about the A-B thing, but all right, the trauma...
Yeah, I got lost on the property part, but...
So, trauma. I've heard that discussed, that women who have an abortion regret it, they are traumatized. He's saying he's spoken to many. What do you say about that?
Well, I think that for the very few women that actually regret their abortion, I think it is very important for them to get counseling and help. We want healing for all people. But the fact of the matter is, all of the research indicates that most people, the vast majority of people that seek abortions, their feeling after the abortion is relief. That is how they feel, and it continues afterwards. So, I mean, I think that, if we want to get largely philosophical, I think there's lots of decisions that we make in our life, and some are regrettable and others are not. But it continues to be our position that decision making needs to rest in the hands of those individuals and their families. So just because a very few folks made the wrong choice for themselves does not mean that we pass a law to strip away privacy rights from everyone else. So.
And where do you see this going right now in the legislature? Again, the language is not on this bill, but it probably has support. I mean, but what is going to be what are the steps you're going to be taking this legislative session as it pertains to this bill?
I mean, I think we're doing what I'm doing right now and just helping. There's so many lies and mischaracterizations out there, because I really understand opponents that really believe that it's life. And I think that can be held truly, and at the same time, from a public policy standpoint, also work to protect privacy and ensure that those decisions are under the jurisdiction of those individuals and their families rather than government. You know, I think we can hold those things both at the same time. And so I think it's a false kind of, again, back at the whole polarization problem really that we have in our communities, is to settle in and really think about what is the problem that we're trying to solve. And if we really want to promote life, what's really going to help us promote life? It's going to be solid, great sex education. It's going to be access to health care. It's going to be all of the surrounding supports that we can provide as a community, such as public education. All of those things are the things that help individuals develop into their fullest potential.
And those are the things that we all need to be talking about as well.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll then start taking more calls. There's the number, 615-737-PLUS, 615-737-7587. Take a break. Be back right after this.